wrestling games. You're a wrestling gaming fan, we know you are, because we are too. WrestleDX Alpha brings to you some interesting facts, because we've been playing 2K19 this past week, and we decided to go, you know what, there's some really interesting things about this game, and the other games of the 2K, Smackdown, and Versus series that potentially people don't know about. So Kevin, I know you are the composer of information for us, so tell us about them. So you said something to me that really surprised me, Alan. You told me how many superstars have been in SmackDown games from like its onset from 2000 to now, and I was like, how the fuck does he know that? Don't tell me about it.
Because I'm a nerd.
Yes.
I've got an Excel sheet just covering everybody that's been in this series of wrestling games for the WWE for the past 20 years.
It really has been 20 years.
It is amazing, the guys and girls that have been in it just once, to the guys that have managed to make it all the way through. 434 big name stars of some description or other, whether they're just managers or whether they are the hottest names in the business ever.
So
only 4 have made it all the way through.
So let's just recycle that. So 434 individual wrestling superstars and personalities have come through. And that's not including stupid ones, is it? That's not like Tony or Druid or other.
None of those.
So we're talking actual wrestling personalities like managers and wrestling characters. So 434 have been in since the very beginning to its onset in WWF SmackDown, that have come all the way through to today in 2K19. And of course that's gone through 3 super generational jumps. Now that went from the SmackDown series to SmackDown vs. Raw to 2K coming in after THQ as its publisher. So the 434 guys and girls, that's an insane amount of characters. And I think that's an interesting kind of array of time that we've seen that amount of talent come in and out of WWE. Oh, actually, like you said there, 4 characters have actually been in all the way through. So do you want to illuminate who they are?
It's probably no surprise to anybody that The Undertaker, Triple H, and Kane are 3 of the 4. The 4th one makes it in just by the skin of his teeth by being DLC in, I think, 2015's edition, and that is Edge. Edge has made it all the way through, all 20.
So it's shown also about like the side game as well. There was WF Royal Rumble by Ukes by Jack Pacific. They came on the Dreamcast and the arcade, and again that featured Taker, that featured Triple H, Kane, and featured Edge as well. So he makes it in there on that old side game arcade port of the same guys as well. So they have actually ran through all this time as absolute legends. I mean, there's some people that I'm surprised aren't in there. Like, I'm surprised that Stone Cold's not on that list. I'm surprised that Shawn Michaels is not on that list.
They're up there. They've made it through most. I mean, The Rock has made it through 19. I mean, he missed 2009's edition because he was a big Hollywood star by then, and off he went. The Big Show made it through 19, but still under controversial means. I mean, he missed 2008 when he went on his boxing hiatus, but he wasn't technically in SmackDown 2. But in those early games, anybody that had left the company or that they had issues with, like Big Show, he'd gone down to developmental back then, they dropped off the main roster. So they kept their parts, their images, their likenesses, put them in the Creator Wrestler parts section, and you could put the wrestler back together again and make your own predetermined move set. So you could still put them in there. They were still very much in there, as was Ken Shamrock and Jeff Jarrett at that time.
That's right, yeah. So there's a number of characters, basically their parts and their likeness were all in there, but you just had to assemble them.
I mean, as it may be surprising to some, Shawn Michaels and Steve Austin only made it in 18 times. I mean, Austin missed out in 2009 and 2005's edition, but that was when Austin had finished with the company altogether, and I maybe just didn't want to be associated with wrestling for a while. Shawn missed out in some SmackDown and Just Bring It. He was still at odds with the company around about that time period.
That was before.
Made it back full time from 2002, Shut Your Mouth, because that's when he had his resurgence into professional wrestling and came back somehow even better than he ever was before.
Isn't that a crazy thing to think about? Shawn Michaels came back after literally a life-threatening, life-changing injury. He came back better than ever, and has actually been, around for a good while after that. And then 8 years ago, he had his match with Taker at WrestleMania, and hasn't wrestled since then, or not especially on TV. That's an incredible amount of time to still be a present man in the company.
Yeah, except for that whole Saudi Arabia thing, but let's not include that.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
Eye poke.
So there we are, 434 characters, not including the stupid silly stuff, and the 4 characters who've made it through all the games, and the characters who are on a smidgen, And so we've got some more stories and facts to roll out for you over the coming weeks. So stay tuned to WrestleDX Alpha.